Today I am joined with Philip Ola, the winner of the Tech Professional of the Year Award. Congratulations, Philip.
Thank you, Sarah.
So to start off, do you want to just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background?
Okay, so my name's Dr. Philip Ola. My background is in what I will call information systems. I'm from UK, England originally, and I moved to Canada 17 years ago and ended up in Windsor, and Windsor is now my home. So currently I am the CEO of Audacia Bioscience, which is a biotech company which was founded in 2016. And we do what I call innovative medical diagnostic technology. So we develop innovative solutions that can work at the point of care in the healthcare settings or in the community that make it easier for us to gather screening data from patients. So currently we're working in the COVID space because that's the thing that is kind of taking on everyone's time and energy. But typically we work in the breath analysis space is where we're really doing a lot of innovation.
Amazing. Well, and just stepping back from that too, do you want to tell us a bit about how you first got into, the tech space to begin with?
Yeah, so I did, my actual degree was in technology. So I used to work primarily after I graduated in the telecom space. So I used to build mobile telecom solutions and worked on billing solutions. I was one of the first people to work on what was then really innovative was a 3G network, and look how far we've come. And then after working about 5 years as a technical architect, I got bored and I decided to go and do a PhD in information systems, looking more at health and how we can use technology to improve the way we deliver health. So I did a PhD in the UK, and then I decided that I was having a family at the time, starting a family. I decided that the consulting work was too much and I wanted to do something different. So I became a professor. So I spent the last, I would say 10 years in academia, working on the innovation of healthcare side and looking at healthcare for low resource settings. So how people that really don't have access to care. So I did a lot of global health work, a lot of work on healthcare innovations for underserved communities. And then it was at that point that I realized that the way we're delivering these innovations don't really work unless you have a more of a business aspect to it as well. So it's at that point that I developed the company so that we can take these innovations that we were coming up with and making and create commercial opportunities that allow us to not only deliver that service, but deliver it in a way that is financially viable. So that's how we created the company in 2016, was really to look at what we call mobile health or mobile technology delivering healthcare at the time. And what we've ended up doing is growing it from the mobile aspect. So just beyond the apps and the diagnostic algorithm, and incorporating some diagnostic technology into what we do as a company. So that's really how it got started, and that's really how it's kind of morphing now. It's really based around developing unique solutions to address particular problems.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And technology is definitely, a huge part of that and a huge part of your business. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how tech has really impacted your business as a whole?
Yeah, so tech for sure has made our business transform. The first is what I would call machine learning, artificial intelligence. So that technology is becoming more available and more widespread. So the problem that we initially faced, where we had to put a lot of energy in to developing these solutions, that is not really the big issue right now with the proliferation of AI and technology platforms and the Amazon services. So you can really crunch any kind of problem that you have. The big issue that you have is actually the data. So it's getting that data to solve that problem. That's the big challenge. So one of the things that I would say that we do now is really we're a data gathering company. We try and gather the right data that we need to solve the problem. And then once you know how to solve the problem with that data, you develop an algorithm, and then that becomes your service that you're offering. So I would say one of the big products or technologies or the big paradigm shift that we're seeing in our industry is the use of the AI machine learning technology to solve our problems.
I think that's only going to continue, in the space. I think AI is definitely going to, continue to evolve and be a huge part of technology in our lives. And is there any other trends that you see coming up in the tech space?
Yeah, so I mean, one of the trends that I would say is an unfortunate trend that we're seeing post COVID is the growth of telehealth. Now, telehealth is a very powerful tool in itself. Now, what we're seeing since COVID is a lot of our health services are moving to so-called, you can see that telehealth, where really it's just becoming a way to contact the patient on the phone, right? So we're not getting the care that we need. And we're really seeing a lot of medical outcomes that could be prevented if you look at the patient. So I would say one of the big paradigm shifts towards telehealth is being done wrong. So that's one thing that we're seeing that we're not happy with. It's I would say it's the bastardization of telehealth. What we should be doing is putting in a really robust infrastructure that augments what they're currently doing with the phone with in-person, and also augments it with the video, and also augments it with the data going back and forth between the patient and the medical center. So that is where I think we need to get to, incorporating sensors, our Apple Watch, our data, our work data, our imaging, and then with the medical telehealth services that we're trying to offer, integrating that together will be a much better outcome. But telehealth is one of the biggest kind of shifts that we're seeing. The second big paradigm shift that I'm seeing will happen is incorporating more breath biomarkers into how we do disease treatment and wellness.
Wow, it's definitely so exciting. And I think there's so much to come in the industry. And you're definitely making such a huge impact in it as well, which is also what led to winning the Tech Professional of the Year award. And do you want to tell us a little bit about what winning this award means to you?
Yeah, so I had been nominated for this award before and I didn't get it. So I was very upset. But this time around, winning it was, I think it's really important because we have done a lot this year. It's been a nasty year for us as a company. With COVID, initially when it started, it killed off all our projects that we had in the breath space. We're doing a lot of work with breath and cannabis, and we have some grants from federal and from the provincial, and we have some amazing clients that we're working with, that we're doing these projects, these great projects, and all that ended with COVID. So it was a tough year as a professional to then steer the company into COVID and from zero, because we knew nothing about COVID. No one did really. And we were able to then develop products that worked really well for diagnosing COVID. So it's been a tough year, and to be recognized as an individual that put an effort into making our community better is very rewarding, and it does feel great. And TeC's a great organization as well, so being recognized through that channel is amazing, and I'm very appreciative of it, and definitely of the voting. The fact that there's a little bit of a voting component as well. Getting through that because I'm not the most social media savvy person out there. So yeah, I'm just very, very grateful.
Yes, absolutely. Well, congratulations again. It's definitely such an honor. And if there was someone, looking to get into the tech industry, what sort of advice would you have for them?
Yeah, I would say, don't be scared, don't panic. You would never really know what you fully want to do until you do it. So I would say just jump in and go for it. go via the formal channels because it's a lot easier, like going to St. Clair College or going to University of Windsor and doing a program there. Not particularly listen to people that are in the field because they're all, sometimes we get disillusioned when we're there, but go and expose yourself to something that you like. And then the other thing I would say to people who are not necessarily tech savvy, the future is going to be very different. So even if you're not that keen on the technologies that we have today, the technologies of the future might be something that they could be getting into. So get your toes wet, go and figure something out, and start doing the tech.